Warning, the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the final nightcap of 2024, and it is the final Raw on USA. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nightcap here on Boom Broadcasting, hosted by yours truly. Yes, it's me. Yes, it's me. It's MIK. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mouthing Off with Mike. And of course, he is the CEO. He is the president of Boom Broadcasting. He is a depressed Dallas Cowboys fan. That is Michael Davis. How we doing tonight, brother?
All right. Can we talk Monday Night Raw and not whatever happened last night? Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to tell you, I got to listen, hear me out. Can't wait to hear Mac and yours thoughts on your respective shows on Boom Broadcasting about the Cowboys collapsing this season. But I will say you lost to all three quarterbacks to the Philadelphia Eagles this year. You lost to Jalen Hurts, you lost to Kenny Pickett, and technically Tanner McKee. So that's a real big salt in the wound.
Good job. You beat Andrew Booth and Cooper Rush. Good job, buddy. Good job.
Hey, listen, hey, don't hate the player, man. Hate the game. Prez, happy Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to all of you. Merry belated Christmas to all of you. We were off last week for the holidays, so I hope you got to enjoy your holidays. And I hope you guys all have a happy New Year this week. Mike, tonight is the final Monday Night Raw on the USA Network. After 1,200 some episodes, after 30 years just about, the partnership with WWE and USA Network for Raw is no more. We go to Netflix next Monday, January 6th. Prez, any notable things you want to say to USA Network, to the people about Raw over these last 3 decades?
Well, it all started way back when you couldn't DVR it, when you had to watch live, and you sat in front of your TVs every night, Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. for you psychos on the West Coast. But dude, it was so exciting getting to sit down on Monday nights. And now, over the last couple of years, that same excitement is back, especially now that we're a little bit older. We can do these live streams after Monday Night Raw. We're just like kids again, watching way back when. Watching way into the future now, and watching well into the future its new home of Netflix. Raw has obviously changed, but our fandoms have not. And I am very thankful that the USA Network allowed Raw to be on the last couple months rather than forcing them to find a temporary home or probably putting it on the Peacock or whatever. Like there could have been some weird stuff going on. But kudos to USA. You treated Monday Night Raw well, and I'm excited to see how they treat SmackDown.
Absolutely. And we do know the news. SmackDown, 3 hours starting this Friday from my backyard. So I will be there Friday. So make sure you check out social media for the clips, the tips, the tricks. We'll see what the new maybe there's a new SmackDown stage. You never know with these changes. I doubt it, but hey, here we go. I don't think we're getting fisted. I don't think the fist's coming back. I don't think we're getting, I don't think we're going to see the fist. Nevertheless, goodbye USA Network. From your, it's going to be different because they still got SmackDown. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's like goodbye. It's just like Raw's gone. Raw's going to Netflix, and that's the end of it. But we'll still get USA Network chopping it up on social media, causing chaos on Twitter. Well, I'm sure of it, but I would have liked to kept Raw on a cable. But listen, Netflix, you got $10 billion. Hey, I'll do that. Netflix, I'll put the show on Netflix for $10 billion. Hear me out. In keeping up, Mike, with the end of 2024, we watched a lot of wrestling. Okay, so the Nightcap has been around since July 1st. That was the very first episode of the Nightcap. Mike, you recall this?
I do.
So it is now the end of what I would consider season 1 of the Nightcap. And it is the end of the calendar year for WWE, for Raw. What stood out to you this year when it comes to Monday Night Raw and the best moments of 2024?
Now, that first Nightcap that we had was pretty magical. And that
It
was
was,
nothing about
oh,
this
what a night.
Monday Night Raw. It was just a great time with you, and we knew that you had hit money with this idea right here. So kudos to you. Kudos to you. We're a couple days away from 6 months of Boom Broadcasting as well. So that's kind of crazy. One of the big things that stick out to me is Bronson Reed and the tsunami.
The 6 tsunamis.
Tsunami. There were some good stuff. There was some good stuff on Monday Night Raw. That being one of them. Drew's heel turns, shoving the beads down CM Punk's throat. There were a lot of good things that happened with Monday Night Raw, particularly after we started the Nightcap here on Boom. So, yeah, those are just a couple of things that stick out to me.
Okay, I like it. I'll say, the entire summer of scanning QR codes and watching Twitch streams and not knowing what this Wyatt 6 group was going to be. Thought that was very fun to have back in 2024. A lot of great matches, man. We got to see Gunther take his rightful shine in the sun. We got to see the Judgment Day run all over Monday Night Raw. We got to see guys like Bronson Reed get those stand-up moments and become someone who's in line for the future. I think 2024, when you look at Raw, Mike, I think you could argue 2024 was one of the most memorable, entertaining, and exciting years of Raw in the last few years, at least in my personal opinion. Would you agree or disagree to that sentiment?
I would definitely agree, seeing how they're allowing these wrestlers to actually develop and be layered like an ogre. Like an ogre. They have layers now to their character.
Oh, that's the first time I've heard that this week for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, interesting. Maybe you need Shrek 101 in your life. Hey, greatest romantic movie of all time. Just saying.
I'm sure at this point in colleges, I'm sure there's an elective that you can take about Shrek. I guarantee you, if you look at a school, if you probably go to a college somewhere and you look up at electives, I guarantee you there's an elective for Shrek or something at this point in 2024. I wouldn't be surprised. There was a Beatles elective when I was in school. You could go take a course about the Beatles and spend your hard-earned money for a class about the Beatles.
You just convinced me to go back to school. Now I lost a lot of money.
Doctorate in Shrekology. Let's get it, baby.
Shrekology.
Talk to the people, Mike. Talk to the people.
About Shrekology?
I mean, I guess.
Hey, I need to take the class. I need to I guess save up my money, because those doctorates are pretty expensive, if you know.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Let's go to some of these comments. Let's say what's up to the people, actually. We've got Logan James in the building. Welcome back, Logan James. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Hello. 53% Io Sky is winner of the Royal Rumble, but if Rhea wins the Women's World Championship next week, that is 100% Io Sky is the winner of the Royal Rumble. Logan, that's a great conversation topic. We're going to touch on that a little bit later, because you might be onto something. I think Io could be in line for that Rumble. They teased that match, Rhea and Io. Would you want to see that at WrestleMania, Prez?
Dude, I wouldn't mind it. Rhea versus Io. I mean, but I do say Liv Morgan should probably find her way back there at WrestleMania. Like, as much as she's carried that division, but I don't know if I want to see Liv versus Rhea again. Maybe Liv versus Becky.
Very interesting. We got a Becky Lynch name drop tonight here with Punk and Seth Rollins in the main event promo battle. So interesting, very interesting.
Did somebody say promo battle?
Promo battle?
Promo battle?
Promo battle. Yeah,
I should participate in one of those.
We should. We might. I might have to get the gold for us. Don't worry. There's been some rumblings of a potential, mouthing off with Mike getting the gold for the Boom Boys. Shout out Eric, loving the new font. Yes sir. Shout out to StreamYard. If you're a content creator, if you're an aspiring content creator, if you want to be like Mike and be like Mike, great movie. Top 5 sports movie. Go to the link here in the description of this episode on YouTube or Facebook and use our link. Get a little referral link. You get the StreamYard. StreamYard added some new fonts. We're gonna play around with them. I thought this looked good for tonight. Shout out to the commish Wayne, gentlemen, doctor. Shout out to Ryan, my guy Ryan, Jody. Shout out to Jody. Happy New Year, Jody. Happy New Year's. Wayne said the Wyatt 6 premiere got to be the best Raw moment of the year, but man, that Seth the Punk promo just wow, got me pumped up. Wayne, if I didn't have to do this show, I probably would have been running around this house with my shirt off, waving it like a helicopter, because that promo battle made me hyped up for next week on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Mike, let's get into Monday Night Raw tonight. I think we've done enough yapping. Jey Uso gets yeeted by Drew McIntyre. So at this point, is it safe to say Drew McIntyre is the bloodline bounty hunter?
That's a good new nickname for him, the bloodline bounty hunter. Which
write that down.
Obviously means that Drew's going to help Solo beat Roman next week.
Why in the absolute hell would he want to help Solo Sikoa?
Because he realizes Roman is the worst, and the way you get back at Roman for beating him for the title at Clash at the Castle all those years ago, back in 2021, dude, you have to keep that Uafala away from Roman Reigns, and that means that Drew is going to cost Roman Reigns.
Then Drew McIntyre might be dumb or lack attention to detail, which I'm shocked he would, because it has been said many a times when Solo debuted at Clash of the Castle and cost Drew that match and the title, it was said by Roman that following week. The elders sent him. He was sent by the elder, Solo said. So Roman never sent him. Realistically, I would be more mad at Solo than Roman. Roman pulls the strings, of course. I get that. But I wouldn't help Solo either. I want to see mutual destruction. If I'm Drew McIntyre, I'm sitting back in that back with a nice bucket of popcorn, and enjoying it while these two Samoans beat the shit out of each other for the head of the table. Come on, right? I would want to see mutual assured destruction. Both guys I hate, they're going to beat the hell out of each other, and then whoever walks out of there, Drew McIntyre, Claymore. Good night. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
And Drew just walks off the winner. Takes the Uafala.
I wouldn't be shocked at that point if Drew did some shit like that. Listen, we've feuded this year. In 2024, we have had feuds for bracelets. I would not be surprised that the necklace becomes another centerpiece, because it already is a centerpiece in a feud in WWE. Jewelry, ladies and gentlemen, jewelry. That's what wrestling's all about, baby. We're feuding over rings. We're feuding over rings in the other company. Now we're feuding over bracelets this summer. Now we got the Uafala back in the mix. And we're feuding for titles. Gotta love it.
People said there were too many championships. Okay, we'll find something else to fight over.
You can find something else. When we start the wrestling promotion channel, and I and Rick, we're gonna Ulafalas, different color Ulafalas. That's it. With spinners on them, spinning Ulafalas. How about that? That?
No.
How about
you
that?
lost me. You lost me.
That's a callback. You guys would have, man.
Me.
I hope we have our usual viewers here tonight in the Nightcap. because that is a great callback. There's a lot of things I'm gonna make callbacks here tonight. There's been a lot of good moments on the Nightcap. There's been a lot of good moments on Raw. When 2024 comes to a close, I can only say I'm very grateful for the man here on the screen with me. Prez, you hold it all together. You've got a gaggle of idiots making content here. How you manage all of us, more power to you, brother. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Man, our first taste of action, though, Chad Gable versus Otis. Mike, 2 questions for you. Thoughts on this match? 1. Number 2, should this match have taken place on Netflix because of how long these two have been at each other's throats?
So I thought the match was really good. Obviously showcased both of them. Chad Gable lifting up Otis was pretty crazy. Otis, it kept looking like he almost had it. He almost had it. He almost had it. He almost had it. But it really helped that Chad Gable went over clean in this one. Like, I felt like that was the most important thing. I'm assuming Chad Gable is making his way over to SmackDown with his transfer window, even though they keep mentioning it, but they haven't really done anything over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I was expecting a little more tonight, but that didn't happen. So I'm assuming that we're going to start seeing the real results of this transfer window officially this Friday on SmackDown when it goes to 3 hours. But in terms of doing it on Netflix, no. I think this was perfect to have happen on USA because this rivalry has been built on USA. You needed a good closing match for not only the new year, but for the USA Network. And I am not upset at all whatsoever that USA got this match, and leave Netflix to set everything else up in the future, because Roman Solo, Punk Rollins, Rhea Liv, all of those are definitely going to set up WrestleMania season. Chad Gable Otis was the final chapter.
Respect. I mean, I couldn't have said it much better than that, man. I agree. American made. I also think the Alpha Babes. The shirt said Alpha Babes, so I'm going Alpha Babes here. The Alpha Babes could see both teams head to SmackDown. I think we're going to see a really big reshuffling of the tag divisions. And obviously there's a lot going on right now with that transfer window. We haven't really seen the first person we know for sure who was the first transfer was Braun Strowman. He is now going to be on SmackDown. That was confirmed by Nick Aldis. But other than that, I don't know who the hell's going where. I mean, I get, like you said, we're going to find out Friday. I can't wait. I'm intrigued to see if they're going to just turn SmackDown into Raw on Fridays, or if it's going to have a different feel to it, because you got 3 hours. So you have the ability to have maybe 2 or 3 extra matches, unless they're just going to cut it up like promos like they do on Raw. SmackDown might just be Blue Raw. You know what I mean? It really could be. And Raw on Netflix could be the show that feels that different show feeling, because I don't know. I'm excited. I cannot wait for next Monday night. It's going to be incredible. We're going to have ourselves a hell of a nightcap. Try to get a nice squad in here. Get the Prez, get some other. So if you want to, wrestling content creators, watching this, hit my line. You got the at MOWM_podcast at B_Michael Davis. Hit one of us up. We'll talk about do some business dealings under the table. Pete Dunne attacked R-Truth. I hate when people attack R-Truth. I'm not a fan of people attacking my man.
Who made these graphics? Who produced the show? You can't say Butch.
Wow. I had to put that in there.
Disrespect. It's Pete Dunne. Thank you very much.
Pete Dunne. Well, I did say Pete Dunne, but in parentheses I said Butch. Just in case R-Truth's watching so he knows who I'm talking about. Come on now.
Oh, so if we were going to put Tommaso Ciampa, would we put Triple H?
Yes. If it was against R-Truth, I would put Triple H.
Mm.
Everything's a circle, baby. Time is a flat circle.
You know what? My bad. That's on me.
That's on me. That's what I thought. If you couldn't tell, ladies and gentlemen, we're going a little bit out of order tonight here on the show. I wanted to talk at the end of the show heavy about the women's IC title, and I want to talk about CM Punk and, of course, Seth Rollins. 6-man tag match, Prez. Judgment Day. War Raiders. Versus Damian Priest. I wouldn't be mad at seeing the War Raiders and Priest team up at all again in the future. I'd be totally down with that. They just all fit together, dude. They're like rock stars, bro. You got Damian Priest and his leather pants. You got these two guys. I mean, I like it. I like the vibes. They got to win tonight, man. What is happening here? What is is this just something to kind of keep the fill till this transfer window, till Netflix, or, are these teams and Damian Priest going to still be in the Judgment Day area?
It feels like it. It feels like there's something different brewing here. It feels like they're splitting up the Judgment Day. Like Finn takes his people to SmackDown, Liv keeps her people at Raw, and that's what we go off with. A couple things I did want to note. The War Raiders representing Jack Stane, who passed away on Christmas Day, actually, at age of 43. I actually got to meet him at a WrestleCade convention when he was teaming up with, Mayweather, formerly known as Crimson. They were the Veterans of War at this time frame, so it was about 10 years ago when I met Jack Stane, and he was pretty cool. He was pretty chill when I met him, so that news hit pretty hard. But it was good to see Eric and Ivar, using the armband to show support, shows love to Jack Stane, getting him a reference on WWE. So I noticed that detail. And even though I'm not a War Raiders fan by any stretch of the imagination, that was cool to see. What I'm not a fan of is ridding WWE of Alter Bridge. How? Like, one of the most alluring parts of the Judgment Day was the other side. I mean, how do you, like, what was that garbage on my TV?
Ass. Triple ass. I don't. That ass was. It was such a big ass. It was the size of Rikishi's ass. It was Rikishi level size of ass tonight. That Judgment Day song. Bad. Garage band sounding ass theme song. Get rid of Alter Bridge, dog. If you believe, it's a shame. They did this to Sheamus, dog. They just keep taking all of our beloved theme songs. It's sad. It's
Sheamus,
sad.
I was okay with. I was okay with.
No.
Sheamus, I was okay with. Do you remember that conversation we had here on the Nightcap?
Yeah,
I was
and
happy.
it happened on the Nightcap. It was a great moment of 2024, but I'm still not happy about it. I want my Too Many Limes back, man. This is BS. I want my If You Believe Yours Is the Only Way. I just want it back.
What also,
That's so dumb.
The only way I'm okay with this is if this music follows Finn Balor, and then Liv Morgan and Dom and Raquel keep Alter Bridge, which I don't see happening. So I am very upset.
It's everyone wants to call Cody Rhodes a theme song merchant. That Judgment Day theme song was the only thing they had left going for them right now. That was it. Judgment Day, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to close that book, in my personal opinion. I'm okay with Liv and Rhea feuding. I have no problem with that. But I think it's time to close the Judgment Day book. Let Finn Balor, JD McDonough go do their thing. Carlito go do his thing. Let Liv, Raquel, and Dom figure out their thing. And we move on. It is high time. Kaiser and Sheamus, Mike. Kaiser and Sheamus. I'm intrigued about this. You think this makes Netflix next week, or you think this makes the second episode of Netflix?
Why are you intrigued by it?
Because I like seeing Kaiser and Sheamus go at it. These two have great chemistry up to this point. In the matches we've seen with them in the past, whether it's them in singles action or whether they're in multi-man action, Kaiser's got great intensity. I've said it many a times. I think Kaiser is a guy you really got to put some stock in as a really bright mid-carder. At least now we can talk world championships. You never know, right? But Sheamus is a guy helps this Intercontinental Championship title picture. We know Braun Breaker, he's the champ, so we got to get some guys in there for him. I'm okay with Kaiser beating Sheamus, getting himself an opportunity at the IC title. I'm okay with Kaiser beating Sheamus for the IC title down the line. I'm okay with these scenarios. I really like the chemistry that these two guys have. I would assume this doesn't make next week's Raw, but maybe the week after.
Yeah. See, that's a good point. I've personally I've seen Kaiser and Sheamus. It doesn't feel like they're, advancing the story. Like there's not layers. There's not levels to this. It just feels like they've stayed at level 1 or 2. I felt like that, Donnybrook, the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match that we talked about on the Nightcap, I felt that was a good ending. And then they were involved in the triple threat at Survivor Series. I'm like, okay, that was a good ending. And now it's like, okay, a month later, we're just kind of here. I want something different, particularly for Ludwig Kaiser, because I think he's capable of a lot more. So I want to see him mix it up with other people. I also want to note that Braun Breaker was cutting a promo or talking to Adam Pearce at some point in the show, and they messed up their commercial breaks, apparently.
So we never even got to see what that promo was.
We never got. So, that's where I'm like, I just have a big question mark above my head. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see it? It's there, okay? You can't see it. You can't see it, okay? But it's there. And I don't know what to think, because there was obviously a story that was going to be explained with that Braun Breaker promo, and we didn't see it. So I guess we got to keep an eye on the socials.
Gotta always keep an eye on the socials, ladies and gentlemen. Always keep an eye on the socials. ZWC Sports in the building. What's up, Nightcap? Been off the grid the last few days, other than sitting poolside on a cruise ship, watching MOWM's Eagles wallop the President's Cowboys. What did I miss? ZWC, you missed a lot of action here in the professional wrestling landscape. I hope you're enjoying that cruise. That sounds like an absolute blast. I love to see the Prez get his comeuppance here. The Cowboys. I'm sorry. Anyway, Logan James said his best moment of WWE in 2024 is the partnership with Marigold and Noah, because if Vince McMahon is still in WWE, this partnership with Japanese wrestling will not happen. Absolutely, Logan. Yes, we're not even gonna open that can of worms. We're gonna leave that in 2024. But you are right on the money, Logan James. That is a bright spot coming out of 2024, and referenced by one CM Punk tonight for the first time in a very long time. A little read between the lines action. Raw on Netflix is going to feel like a PLE. Eric, you're damn right. You're damn right it is. Next week's Nightcap might be the Tuesday morning cap. I mean, if we're trending the way it is, we're back to 3 hours on a Monday night on Netflix. I don't think tonight was the commercial-free Raw, Mike. I think we misheard it. I think the first 90 minutes of Raw next week are commercial-free.
I don't know. I don't know. I was so confused. They said tonight multiple times. That first 40 minutes, 45 minutes was commercial-free, and then there was a picture-in-picture, and then they felt like, it wasn't commercial-free, and then they ran a commercial at the 50-minute mark, and I'm just like, okay, interesting. They don't know what 90 minutes of commercial free is. But hey, I was on a 20-minute delay, so I got caught up and no harm, no foul. And I got to do the Nightcap live with my buddy, Mike.
That's me. We did see that the New Day are getting mega beef here. Still beefing with LWO and Rey Mysterio. I was shocked to see Vic Joseph tonight. Did that shock you to see Vic?
A little bit, yeah.
I didn't expect to see Vic interviewing the New Day in the press box tonight. I didn't see that coming.
I wonder if he's getting the transfer window, if he's leaving NXT.
I'd be sad. He's the voice. Him and Booker T are the voices of NXT. It's change is a good thing, and I would love Vic to get back on Raw, but man, I'd kind of be sad. I love him and Book.
Yeah.
So good together.
Also, like, I like Vic commentating versus doing backstage interviews.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But the New Day, man, they're getting a hell of a reaction. Jey Uso telling them the New Day sucks tonight before Drew took him out in the opening segment. The New Day, man, I was right. I said it, dude. I told everyone. I will tell everyone. I will parade my victory laps. I said the New Day, we're going to turn heel together, and it's going to be glorious. Absolutely glorious. And
Dude,
this has been top tier entertainment for me.
this
Top
is
tier.
heat. Like, they got
Heat.
legitimate heat.
Sound like a bunch of marks, but it is hot. It was hot in Houston, baby, when the New Day opened their mouths. Next week, we're gonna get Rey Mysterio and a partner, most likely versus the New Day. And
Dragon Lee, right?
I can't take credit for this. Let me go. I retweeted it earlier. Shout out. Hold on. I retweeted it. I gotta find his tweet. Shout out to Vic Perry, the founder of the wrestling club. He tweeted it and he said, "It's so obvious who will be Ray's partner next week. Gonna be great." And I'm the meme of Little Yachty and Drake where he's like, "Oh, think about it. Who is Rey Mysterio's partner going to be next week if it's against the New Day?"
Dragon Lee.
No.
Yeah. You think Penta joins the LWO?
He's not going to join the LWO. He's not going to join the LWO.
I hope not. You think it's Penta?
Did you see tonight's teaser? I don't have the visual.
Well, no.
I couldn't get it.
I saw the teaser, but I don't know if it's like, I don't know. It wouldn't make sense for
Nah,
Penta
I think
to
Vic's
team
on
with
the
Rey.
ball. I think Vic's on the ball on that.
Unless Penta like wanted to start as a heel and attack Rey Mysterio after the match or something.
I would like to see. I think it's already been said. I think a few podcasters have said it already, but I personally would like to see that Lucha Underground Penta come on down.
Breaking the arm.
Yeah. Oh, earthquake. I think that'd be a good. I think that'd be a good move. I think that'd be a great move. Penta as the partner. Maybe you have Penta turn on Rey, and you do Rey versus Penta. I mean, we've seen it in the past. We've seen it in other companies, but to have that on a Monday Night Raw on Netflix, and it's Penta. I don't know what. Maybe he's gonna be Pentagon Jr. or whatever, but Penta versus Rey Mysterio in WWE. That's a That's a one of those moments. That is a
You think you could get that on WrestleMania?
Penta versus
Rey Mysterio.
Oof, that's a tough one. Could you get that on WrestleMania? I don't know. Chat, commenters, fans, friends alike. What do you think? You think you could get Rey Mysterio Penta? I told him to. Shout out, always Main Event Nate. Shout out to good brother over there. Part of Main Event Mondays on Twitter. Raw's gonna feel like PLE. Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, we already read this. Penta will be the partner. Yes, it will. Yes, he will. Calling it now. New Day jumps the LWO and out comes Penta. And his lesser known, unknown brother, George Kittle will make an appearance. I wouldn't be shocked. That's his guy, dude. That's his favorite wrestler, dog. I want Io Sky versus Penta. Absolutely.
Logan.
Let's go. If the first match for Penta is not Io Sky versus Penta versus Chelsea Green. I don't want it. You can keep him. I want that match. God, give me what I want. Give me what I want, Triple H.
And then Matt Cardona is the special guest ref.
Fuck yeah, let's go. Cardona, get his ass out of here. Always ready, baby. Always ready. I was able to go ahead and get the visual aid here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if that's not Penta, I don't know who that is.
Wow.
That is Penta. I love it, dude. I absolutely love it. They said, we know so we're just going to show you anyway. I love it, dude. I thought that was such a cool way. The last 3 weeks with the zero with the line through it, and then now, of course, showing the outline of the mask. Like, that's a recognizable mask. You know who that is if you know
Oh,
ball.
100%.
You know what I
That's
mean?
Penta. I
Uh,
hope we do get Lucha Penta. I just hope we don't get a watered down Penta.
I mean, what do you? He's not going to hit 6 Canadian destroyers and no sell him. His opponent's not going to no sell him. So you're gonna. I think you're gonna get. I'm gonna be real with you. I'll keep it 100. I think you might see the best version of Penta as a singles guy since his Lucha ring TNA run before he went to AEW with his brother. Before him and Phoenix went and Penta was a singles guy, I think you might see Penta's best singles run since then.
He
Maybe
didn't
even
really
since
have a
AAA.
singles run though in AEW.
No, that was my point. That's what you want to talk. Listen, let's talk about it. All right. I don't care. We're talking about Raw. Let's talk about Penta. Why? 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 In the 5 years of AEW, did Penta not hold singles gold out of the 3 times his brother Phoenix got hurt? And especially this new injury that Phoenix has. Why was Penta not in a conversation for a Continental Classic? Why was Penta not in the conversation for a TNT title? Why was he not in the conversation for the International Championship? Why? Why? The world title. He got 1 world title match in AEW, I believe. 1.
That
I
was
don't even
way
think
back.
way back. In the 5 years that this company exists, Penta, one of the all-time, in my personal opinions, best luchadors, lucha libre style wrestlers ever. Masked wrestlers ever, you know? Why did he not hold singles gold? Make it made right? Like, let's be real. Like, this is a complete tangent, but it pisses me off every time it gets brought up. Like, every time I think about Penta and his AEW run, I'm like, great, he had that tag. They had that tag title. Stretch, man, they were money. Trios were money. But Phoenix got singles gold before Penta.
Well, Phoenix is still good. Like he is one of the better ones.
Not saying he's not. I'm saying, but from a career perspective, my brother's not here. Why are we not using this guy who is well loved with fans in our company? And you just put him to the sideline, like even when he's healthy, like I don't understand that. So I'm glad Penta is coming to WWE, and I'm going to stand on business. And I truthfully think Penta will have a fantastic singles run until his brother inevitably gets out of his contract with AEW. Then you run them in the tag team division. Sure, why not? Why the hell not?
So good, by the way.
Penta,
So good.
Penta Phoenix versus Dom and Ray when they finally make up. That's a banger. Put that on the dream match tally. You know, Dragon Lee getting back in the mix with those 2 guys. You know, Carlito wouldn't be upset to see that. Seth Rollins versus Penta. Give me your top 3
Dude,
right now. Penta versus who, and who do you want to see?
Penta versus who, and who singles wise?
You're booking the show. You get to book Penta's next 3 opponents. Who are you booking? And comments. Tell me who you're booking too.
Yeah, comments. Let us know who you're booking. I want to go somebody currently on Raw. I want to go somebody currently on SmackDown. And I want to go somebody currently on NXT. And so for the Raw, man, I'm not going to lie, and you might think I'm crazy. Currently, I would like Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is your baby face. He could do really good promos, and he could carry a lot of the promo work to make that feud nasty. And Sami knows how to sell. Sami could definitely sell whatever move Penta decided to do. On SmackDown, I would say Andrade, but we kind of saw the Andrade Penta in AEW. So when it comes to, dude, this is like, dude, I want to see what Santos Escobar and Penta could do.
Whew. They
Santos,
wrestled before. Lucha
yeah,
Underground, baby.
like a lucha reunion type of thing. And I feel like Santos is just underutilized in general. So Penta versus Santos in a WWE ring is, I mean, hey, like sign me up, dude. When it comes to the people we're seeing down in NXT right now, I think it's pretty obvious who I'd want to see. My boy Javon Evans versus Penta.
Oh,
Yeah!
yeah. Oh,
Yeah!
that boy is bouncy.
Bouncy!
That would be the bounciest match. Ah, wow, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. I like that. That's what's up.
Dude, I don't know how soon they move Javon Evans up to the main roster, but golly, give it to me, please. Please give it to
What I
me.
want. And who else you got? Was that your three?
Yeah, Javon Evans, Santos Escobar, and
Sami
Sami
Zayn.
Zayn.
Okay, I like it. Dami Feds, Carmelo. Yeah. Oh yeah, I hit you.
That
with
don't
the Tama
miss.
tongue.
That
Yeah.
don't miss.
Absolutely. Man, I'm gonna hit you. I gotta go. You heard me say it first. I'll say it again. I gotta go Seth Rollins. I gotta see that. I gotta see those two mix it up, man. It's gotta happen. Gotta give you right here. Put the one up for the tribal chief. Not talking, I love you, Solo Squad. I'm talking the only tribal chief, the OG tribal chief. I'm talking Roman Reigns versus Penta would be an absolute slapper, humper, banger. Insert adjective, verb to describe that match for yourself. Whatever your cup of tea might be. And then the number three spot, it is tough. This roster, WWE is so stacked. There are so many dream matches I would love to see with Penta, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it to the man who I truthfully, have we seen them versus each other? Wait. I'm trying to think of guys who they haven't locked up yet. I'm trying to see. Wait.
If we're going people who didn't like lock up with Penta, I could easily change Santos to Montez Ford.
Oh, that's a good one too. I am mad at that. I'm going to go the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre. Quick Google search shows me Drew McIntyre and Pentagon have never had a match before.
Yeah, never.
Give me Drew. Give me Drew, Seth, and Roman versus Pentagon. Those are some good dream matches. Obviously, John Cena would be an honorable mention. A Gunther, Damian Priest. There's a lot of names here, folks.
You're going
but tell
all the
us,
way to the main event card.
Oh, shit. Randy Orton? What do you mean? The Viper versus Zero Miedo? Man, I'm excited. That next week's going to be incredible, man. Let's talk about it. The Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament semifinal matches. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I was right. I called it. I called it from the very beginning. But we've got Lyra. I always do this. Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky, which was the final match in Raw on Raw's history. So that's pretty cool. So that's going to be a trivia fact for our boy Nitram one day on 3-Count Trivia. He'll be hitting us with what was the last match on Raw on USA. But we start with Dakota Kai versus Zoe Stark. What did you think about this match tonight?
Let's go! Just like Logan loves his EO, I love my Dakota. All right?
Come on. Do it for the one time.
Mark II.
Do it for the one time. Come on,
dude. Do it. I am so happy that Dakota Kai is in the finals. Like, you got your girl win the U.S. title, Chelsea Green. I can get Dakota Kai, who's been so underrated. I mean, she showed that she can hold her own. Like, back in NXT, her and Raquel, one of my favorite women's rivalries ever in NXT.
So underrated.
I mean, so good. So I can't imagine Dakota Kai winning this tournament and being the first ever women's Intercontinental champion and holding that with pride for quite some time. Like, give me Dakota Kai. I am so happy. I love it. I love it.
You didn't do it. Do it. I want you to do it. You what, Dakota Kai? You what?
What?
Come on. Come on. Do the thing. Do the thing that we do.
Do the thing.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
I love you so. Dakota Kai.
There it is. There we go. I love it, man. And of course, Dakota Kai is going to the finals here. And we've got Lyra Valkyria taking on Io Sky, who was a replacement for Kairi Sane. I'm upset about this. I would have liked to see Kairi Sane stay in this tournament, but I feel like when you looked at it on paper, Lyra versus Kairi Sane, it was obvious Lyra was going to win. When you switch it up and you do Io in this position, you're kind of questioning. I toyed it, with both of these concepts. You're kind of playing around like, could WWE say, you know what, let's do Io and Dakota Damage Control Finals? Or, I felt like that's why they did it, because they were like, let's leave them a little room for disbelief here. Lyra pulls it out here. This was another great match between the women tonight. This was Lyra and Io Sky could be one of those matches for the women on 2024 for a Raw that you could put there as like top 5. This was a great match for me tonight. I thought they gelled very well, and they have a bright future. It was like looking at Becky and Asuka. I'm like, it was like the new generation of that. You know what I mean, right? It makes sense if you think about it, like not that much, but like you can kind of see that comparison, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right.
And by the way, that spot from the top rope, where Lyra, reversed it, landed on her head, that was good. I thought that was like match over, where they tumbled. I don't know how to do it with my hands to make it, you're just going to have to rewatch the match, by the way. I got a heart reaction on that, that.
Nice. Yeah. You got a heart.
But hey, appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love right there on our Facebook and our YouTube channel. So appreciate y'all. Dude, I was like blown away by that match. And yeah, I was one of those people suspended in disbelief, thinking that we were going to get Dakota Kai and Io Sky, because I could very well have went like Dakota Kai beating Io Sky, getting like, hey, this is a nod. Thank you so much for helping me become Money in the Bank, becoming women's champion, believing in me. Like, Io's success doesn't happen without Dakota Kai. So I would have loved to have seen both of them in the finals, but Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria, it'll slap.
It's gonna be extraordinarily, stupendously splendid in-ring action for the finals to crown the first ever women's intercontinental champion, baby. I'm amped for this, man. I am so happy. After all of these years, WWE has decided to introduce the women's mid-card championships, because this is going to get women on TV, and there is no there is no more slack. I am not making excuses for Triple H, Paul Levesque, the Game, the Cerebral Assassin, the COO, the head of creative. I'm no longer making excuses for Triple H, because both of his shows are 3 hours now, and you've got a flourishing women's division, and you have 2 new titles on top of your world titles and your tag titles for the women. So I don't want to see 2 women's matches a night. I don't want to see 1 women's segment and 1 women's match. I want to see variety. I want to see an episode of Raw where we start off with a women's match, we go to a men's match, we go to a women's match, we go to a men's tag match, we go to a women's tag match, and we have our main event, whether it's the men or the women or the tag division, whatever it is. I want to see it like NXT does it in 2 hours. You now have 3 hours to do it. Figure it out, Triple H. 2025, I'm not making excuses for it. No way.
We could see a lot of the NXT women come over too. Granted,
You
like
have to. You have
they
to.
they haven't used some of the people on the main roster as well as they could have. Like I mean, Kiana James was gone for a while. I know she's hurt right now. Blair Davenport, where is she? So WWE hasn't necessarily used all the women at their disposal on the main rosters, but to fill out that division, I mean, I'm talking Kalani Jordan, I'm talking Soruka, Thea Hale, maybe with you know, who knows if Thea Hale could come up, Nakia Lyons, if they pull the trigger on her, Lola Vice, dude, they're JC Jane. Feel like JC Jane has been in NXT forever, ever
God,
since NXT 2.0.
she's at this point, bro. She's a red shirt senior.
Oh my gosh.
She's 7 year in it, bro. She's like the kid from what do you call it? Wisconsin, Oregon, 9 year
Oh my gosh.
senior, bro. My man was a freshman when I went to
Oklahoma State.
school. He was a freshman when I went to school. I have been out of school since 19, and he is just now leaving college.
Oh wow. Wow. But
9
yeah,
years senior.
but you have people you can add to that division, and Julia and Stephanie Vaquer, like they're just waiting for their moment.
They're staying in NXT for now.
Yeah,
Delta, her, and
and
those three are the fixtures of NXT. They have to be.
Roxanne Perez is still champion, but sooner or later, here, whether it's this transfer window or whether it's a draft or a shakeup in the spring, like we're about to see at least 8 women go from NXT to the main roster.
You're pretty sure, did we talk about this, you and I? Because I think we
No.
had this discussion. No, I had this discussion with someone because I said the same thing. I said about 4 women going from NXT to Raw and SmackDown to fortify the mid card divisions. They have to. I don't, and it sucks for my precious, beautiful, wonderful NXT that they're going to lose these talents. But we've seen it happen with Kiana James. We've seen it happen with women who get called up in the past. If they can call these women up and give them time on the shows, now that you're at that 3-hour mark for both shows, there should be no issues. Now, if there are those issues where we have a situation of a Kiana James where she gets drafted and then see you later, Kiana James, whether it's injury, whether they don't have creative, I don't know what it is, but I don't want that to be the problem. And they have very little room for error with this, Mike. You gotta admit they have a slim margin of error when it comes to these mid-card women's titles. Because if they blow this, if they drop the ball on this, man, it's gonna feel some type of way. I feel like people are gonna get real testy out there.
Yeah, I mean, look what happened with the women's tag team titles, especially when Sasha Banks and Naomi had it, and it was like, what is this? It just feels like an extra title.
Just a prop. Yeah.
Just a prop. They really it may take adjusting too, because now you're having to book a whole new section of the card to make it feel like that championship means something. So anytime a new championship's introduced in any company, it always takes a little bit to make it feel special. So I'm going to give Triple H a lot of grace over the next 6 months, trying to figure out how to navigate this, because as long as there's effort and as long as we don't go like 3 months without the title being defended or showcased or the champion being on screen, I'll be upset, even though like this speed championship means absolutely nothing to me.
That's fair. I mean, I was keeping up with it for a bit there and I haven't really tuned in a lot, but nevertheless, I'll give him grace when it comes to the mid-card titles. I'm not going to give him grace when he should be booking more women on the shows. If I watch SmackDown Friday, and I'm at SmackDown Friday, and there's still only 2 women's matches and 1 women's segment, backstage, promo, whatever, then we have an issue. I will come home, I will do the late night nightcap, and I will fucking go off. Excuse my French, okay? Nevertheless, comments are rolling in. We talking Wrestle Kingdom 19? Listen,
TJ,
listen, we do need, and I implore you, hit up Mike. We do need someone who watches New Japan and Japanese wrestling regularly. So if you want to talk New Japan wrestling, hit up the Prez, man. We can get some hits here.
PJ, I want to give a shout out. Throw that back up there, please. I want to give a shout out because without him, the wrestling movement page is just like in the graveyard.
His back is hurting. His back
Dude,
is absolutely in pain.
he's
from
literally
carrying the
carrying
weight.
that. He's
Weight of the
carrying
world.
that, and that wasn't the original intent of the page. But with everything going on the last few months, it's very much appreciated, PJ. Does not go unnoticed. So I want to give you your flowers.
We love you, PJ.
I love you, PJ. Dude, shout out to you, man. You were doing good. Miss you, bro.
My
Miss
guy.
you, bro. Miss you.
What a guy. What a guy. Logan says he thinks Kairi Sane's going to help Dakota win the Women's Intercontinental Championship. You're damn right, Logan. Let's make it happen. We're going to manifest that, baby. Put your prayer candles, light your prayer candles, eat your vitamins, say a prayer, because I want Dakota Kai as the first Intercontinental Women's Champion. That's my pick. If you want variety in women's wrestling, I've got a few Stardom shows to show you. Oh, let's go, PJ. Drop the DMs. Slide up in my DMs. Send them my way. I'll always watch match recommendations. Maybe I'll have to do something where you guys send me your matches to watch and I review them or something, or I live watch them and you get to see my reactions. We've got to think about it. We've been doing some different things in 2025 with Boom Broadcasting and of course Mouthing Off with Mike. It's the world's greatest tag team. PJ said Julia is going to be running the women's division soon. She's absolutely the best. He has positively 100% nail on the head, Julia. Stephanie Vacour, man. And of course, right there down the pipeline, you got Delta. Delta wrestles with some the intensity of, man, I don't even know how she just is an animal, dog. You got to realize that you have so many belts to try and put over. Some belts are going to be an afterthought. PJ, you make a valid point. I made this comment about a lot of different wrestling, AEW, WWE. You can never have it all. You can never have your cake and eat it too. There's always going to be a division that gets forgotten about. For a while, it was the AEW Trios division. For a while after that, it was the WWE World Tag Titles. For a while, it was the Women's Tag Titles. So you're right. I agree. But I just hope that we can at least establish a foundation. And I at least hope they have it mapped out, at least through WrestleMania. That's my hope. That's my hope.
Okay. I can respect both of them. Hey, Logan's watching.
He's watching Stardom, bro. Logan's our guy, man. Logan, send me the show info. I gotta check it out, man. When I got some time this week. Appreciate it, guys. I keep up with Japanese wrestling more than most, so I would absolutely love that, my friend. Yes, PJ. Yes. Let's slide up in the Prez's DMs. I don't remember 205 Live. Yeah, me neither.
Wow.
On the anniversary of the greatest 205 Live match ever, Mustafa Ali and Buddy Murphy. Nah, it's not the anniversary. I don't know when that match happened. I'm an absolute bullshitter. Great stuff here. Let's finish the show strong, ladies and gentlemen. It's the last nightcap of 2024, and I wanted to make a call back here to a couple weeks ago. So the Prez and I, on an unlikely Friday night, linked up for a SmackDown nightcap. And the Prez was so enamored by the fudge that his father brought home, Mac Davis, host of Starstruck on Boom Broadcasting, Dallas Cowboys podcast, that this man just continued to eat fudge the entire show. And I felt some type of way. And just in case you weren't there for the SmackDown nightcap back on Friday the 13th, let me refresh your memory here of what transpired. Prez brought home some really good fudge and peanut butter fudge. Hey, Prez, you got the address.
Whoa.
Where's the fudge? Where's my fudge?
No, y'all can bring that in here.
Wait a minute, time out. Oh,
Whoa. Yo, if y'all want to bring that in here, I didn't eat dinner.
So there was fudge, right? And then it was this whole commotion, and you heard me say, he's got my address. You could have sent me some fudge. I haven't gotten fudge. It's been 2 weeks. I figured it would have been here already. and then this happened live. Mike,
We got the fudge. We got the fudge.
He's got foot. Now, see, that's ain't that something? Ain't that about a?
Papa David said the fudge is the bomb. Oh my goodness!
Last night, So my man got fudge, and I was pissed. But tonight I have the fudge. All right. So because Mike, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy a nice piece of fudge.
But I want.
See, that's what happened. Oh my God.
We got the fudge.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you so much.
This is bussin'.
I hate you.
For real, no cap.
I hate you.
I even got Tigger Bowl. Anybody ever watch Winnie the Pooh?
I was always dog. I'm Winnie the Pooh in it right now, dog. I ain't wearing no pants. I'm just wearing a shirt.
All right. What about Monday Night Raw?
What about Monday Night Raw? I just wanted to call back to the fudge thing, man. I thought that was one of the funniest moments of 2024. We've had so many funny moments on the Nightcap through these last 6 months. I wish I could comb through all the footage and make a best of highlight show. Maybe if I have some time, I'll try to put something together, man. But we've had so many great moments on the Nightcap with all of the different guests. Every person who has been a guest host on the Nightcap in 2024, I love you. From Four Sides of the Ring, from Booking Like a Mark, Eric 8-Bit. We had Shadow from Off the Top. We've got we had our boys, Anthony. We had countless different co-hosts, our friends, Black Masses and Constellations, Sean, Shannon, all of you, Dyson, Bennett, everybody. We had one half of the Two Heads, One Table podcast on the Nightcap earlier this year. We've had a hell of a year on Boom Broadcasting with the Nightcap. So to all of you, to all of my co-hosts, my guests, and of course the Prez, thank you guys so much. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best promo battles of 2024 took place on the last Raw on USA Network. That was CM Punk and Seth Rollins face to face. And there was no minced words tonight, Mike.
Dude, it felt like that opening promo with the New Day, Jey Uso, Drew. They were like, slowly going through everything and realizing they may or may not have had 90 minutes of commercial free. And then we get to the very end of the Raw, and CM Punk and Seth Rollins are going blow for blow, blow for blow, blow for blow, 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 blow. And it's just like rapid fire stuff between Seth Rollins and CM Punk, and they mentioned the old place. They took several shots at AEW. Seth did, CM Punk did himself. Had the Vinnie Mac reference. I mean, dude. I mean, the Shield, like they did all those callbacks, like you've been doing on the Nightcap tonight.
Hand full of broken arrows.
And now we're getting it next week. Like that is what a promo is supposed to do, is put butts in seats or put eyes to the screens. And when you're moving to a new channel, that's how you got to finish it out. I thought they were going to get physical at the very end. They didn't. But I think that's even better because now you're saving that for Netflix.
I thought they were gonna brawl. I thought they were gonna be Malice at the Palace, bro. I thought we were gonna be brawling in the crowd. I thought we were gonna be brawling in the suites and the top. I thought we were gonna be brawling all around this friggin' arena. But we end with the most intense face-to-face stare down between two men. Listen, we had references to the podcast with Cole Cabana. My man's staring into your souls here. Oh my God.
And I will burn into the ground.
With all the hate in his heart, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, Colt Cabana podcast reference, AEW references, Vinnie Mac references, Shield references, references to debuts, references to being called this man little brother. Called him his little brother. Said, oh my goodness, I sat here, I was watching, I said, oh, every word that came out of these guys' mouths meant something. You know, you get into a promo and like we do on the Nightcap. Sometimes I just start fucking yapping. Just like, you know, I keep going. Every word that these guys said between each other, Mike, had meaning, had purpose for this match next Monday. That's what made it so special. And the fact, when you look at these two guys, Mike, you don't know what's real and what's not. You know, everything Seth and Punk said to each other tonight, that could be legit from the heart. You know, yeah, I'm sure they're professionals. They'll talk about things. I'm sure they have to have a professional relationship. That's how wrestling works. But I feel like there was some truth in these words tonight between both guys.
Oh yeah, they are feeding off of their personal beef. So kudos to them. It's going to make money. I just wish AEW we could have gotten CM Punk versus the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega in some sort of way or fashion, because that would have made money. But instead, WWE gets to make money off of it. Kind of wish this was waited till WrestleMania, but I'm interested to see if this is like the third installment of their matchups at WrestleMania, or if this is leading to something different.
I'm gonna go trilogy on this. I think they're gonna go trilogy. I think they're gonna go Raw, Rumble, maybe not Rumble, because you got to put both of these guys in the Rumble. I think you put them both in the Rumble and one of them eliminates the other. That's my go-to here. And then you go WrestleMania. Or you go Saturday night's main event, January 25th.
Or Elimination Chamber.
Or Chamber. It all depends on what this WrestleMania card. I'm sure it's clear and cut, but right now as a fan, I don't know if they're going left, right, straight. They pulled the U-turn. They went around about. I don't know. All I know is I have won the Fantasy Football Playoffs Championship in the Wrestling Podcast League. So shout out to me. It's official. I lost in the championship in the D-Hop League. Shout out to our man D-Hop. I lost to Drew Code Talk Sports.
Ooh. Shout out Cody right there. Congrats.
Yeah, dude. I fumbled the bag, man. I overthought the lineup. I benched 45 points and didn't happen. No custom championship belt around my waist still. Still have yet to finish the story to win a championship, Mike. We couldn't do it last year in 3-count trivia. We couldn't do it this year in 3-count trivia. We couldn't do it in the promo battle. And I couldn't do it in fantasy playoffs. So my story is still being told, Mike. The rest is still unwritten.
Just wait till the Eagles lose in the playoffs.
If we lose to the Lions, I won't be upset. I wouldn't. If we lose to the Lions,
watch yourselves lose to the Commanders opening week.
I'll be furious. I'll be pissed. I do want to see Saquon beat that record next week. I hope it happens.
I don't.
It
would be poetic against the Giants, but
I want it. I want it so bad.
I hope he falls 2 yards short.
You're a hater. You're just mad that you guys didn't actually get a running back and you got rid of your best running back.
Okay, we don't have to talk about.
And you signed an out of someone who should be playing in the Canadian Football League by the name of Zeke, or at least should be on Dancing with the Stars. He doesn't belong in the NFL anymore.
Zeke on Dancing with the Stars would be pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Oh man, we got 2 things I want to talk about here. Raw on Netflix next week. Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre, Roman versus Solo, Tribal Combat, Liv versus Rhea, Last Woman Standing, the Women's Intercontinental Championship title final with Lyra versus Dakota, Punk versus Rollins, and the New Day most likely versus Rey Mysterio and a mystery partner. Wow. That is stacked. That is stacked.
That's a good card.
Stacked. And we're going to be live on the Nightcap after the debut episode of Raw on Netflix. Mike, tell people what's going on here this week with Boom Broadcasting, and we're going home.
Yep. We have a lot of great content. Jason dropped 3 from Deep, his NBA podcast earlier this afternoon. In addition, we'll have Sideline Savants. We'll have Dugout Debrief with Chris DeLuca. We'll have Shannon dropping quick hits on Friday, not Tuesday this week, but Friday. Drop the Mic will also drop this week. We'll probably do a Dad and the Boys episode later on this week, not tomorrow. And then Out of Pocket will be returning a week from today, Monday, January 6th, the same day that Monday Night Raw debuts on Netflix. So Out of Pocket's not only going to be catching up on all the sports talk and previewing some of the playoff matchups, but in addition, it is going to be talking about Raw on Netflix as a preview. So next week's Out of Pocket is huge, guys. It will be its return. So excited to drop the new season of Out of Pocket on Boom Broadcast. And we'll take a few days off. We'll take this week off, and we'll be back for Out of Pocket, the sports show, live streaming at 5:30 next Monday.
Hell yeah. And we've got a ton of content. Boom Broadcasting. You heard Mike talk about it. Make sure you go subscribe, go show some love, go watch some fun, creative, unique content. Make sure you stay tuned for the season, the new season of Out of Pocket. I will be back maybe Wednesday for Dynamite. Maybe we'll do a Dynamite Nightcap. I don't know yet. I don't know. Stay tuned to my social media at MOWM_podcast. But there will not be one for SmackDown, as I'm going to be at SmackDown for the 3-hour show. So if you want to see some live video and footage of that, stay tuned to my socials. But we'll be back with season 2 of the Nightcap next Monday, most likely, for Raw on Netflix. And I can't wait to be back with all of you here on Boom Broadcasting. Mike, thanks for hanging out with me, good brother. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nightcap is over. Till next time.
Till next year.
Till next year, maybe. Maybe there's a surprise Nightcap on Wednesday. I don't know. But what?
That is the next year. We're live, ladies and gentlemen.
GFY. Happy New Year, everybody. We're out of here.
Fudge yourself.
I'm done. I'm tapping out. I'm going. I'm out. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching the Nightcap.